Hey guys, I'm back with another singles market updates. Let's get started. So I use the site TCG Market News to kind of see which cards had the most movement over the last 7 days. And then the site lets you open up TCG Player links directly, and through that I found three sorts of cards that seem to be trending as far as price increases. So as a general category, the three sort of cards are Pokemon Center, um, promo cards for the ETBs. Shouldn't be too surprising. Another one's Mega Evolutions, and then the last one is Prismatic Evolutions cards. So if you want to go to singles, I would probably recommend looking into those three categories. Maybe there's some things in those categories that haven't appreciated as much yet, but it seems like these are the ones that have the most movement. So what I did is I just filtered through all these, and I see which ones actually have more sales, which ones are a little more better, and I'm just gonna go through the data with you guys. So probably the most hyped ones are probably the Pokemon Center ETBs in my opinion, and I think Prismatic is also doing well. Because prismatic prices are just rising and the pull rates is so difficult that they just have like a lot of value. They have a lot of like potential to rise. For Mega Evolutions, it kind of varies because um, there's not as many out there, so market price is a little harder to determine. Versus for Prismatic, definitely there's more supply out there. It's more of a recent set. Pokemon Center stamps, it kind of depends like how old the set is and stuff. But there's definitely a lot of value in that. There's definitely a lot of hype. So definitely, and then also fun stuff, market manipulation. I'll tell you what cards have recently been bought out a lot on TCG Player. So I filtered these all by near mint condition, and you see over here on the 13th, a lot of people bought this. Someone, probably one person, bought a lot of these EV cards. It's a little hard to tell because it's not like one person is actually selling all of them. But they would just buy a lot of them. But yeah, 41. It's definitely an outlier of EVs being sold. Um, and yeah, that definitely you see the price increase from about 120 to 147. But right now the price is there's one person selling for actually a really cheap one. That's about 120. After that goes to 160. So yeah, that's a pretty cheap EV card, and um, although not considering that the PCTP was like what $60. Another one that I saw some movement is this Percheron for Shot Fable at $30. So this one's a little of a unique case because someone's been trying to pump it up twice. Um, went down. Someone tried to pump it up, so they went from 20 to 33 ish. They bought 70, went back down, and I think probably the same person was like, okay, I want to get my gains, so let's pump it up again, and then I get like it goes back to about 28. So um, I feel like this is where you want to use like some sort of like there's some risk benefit analysis. Like the EV card Prismatic, it's probably going to do well long term. Does that make sense? The Percheron is not as popular of a PC card, Pokemon Center card, so it's just a little iffy. It's more like it's the ups and downs. Versus like for Prismatic, you're probably just speeding up the natural process of it going up. You want to be on that side of things, basically. For Screamtail, I forgot exactly which. It's one of the middle sets, I think. But yeah, this has been going up. Sales are lower though because it's an older card. But you do see it's gone from 43 to about 60. Right now it's about 62. And even after that one, it goes to 74. So that's also something to keep track of. Sometimes these are kind of on sale. I also know sometimes TCG Player is wrong on these. Sometimes this price is not accurate. It's not the lowest listed, so I'll keep it. I'll keep a lookout for that. Um, and then Flutter Main, I think this might be the last one I have on the list, but this went from 35 to about 47 in the last month. Right now it's at 40, about 43, 44, and that seems to be the normal price, except for after these four sell, it just goes to 100. I can see if someone wanted to manipulate this, they could just sell by these four and then see what happens with the market price. Um, All right, and then yeah, along with the three categories, there's also just some interesting looking ones. So there's a shaman here, which someone bought a lot of, like relatively. So there's eights, and the price was about honestly like 17, 16, $17 in February, and then the hundreds I have on this graph. But right now, yeah, like someone did buy all these, and now the price is at about 100. I want to see if anyone actually bought these at 100. I don't really see anyone buying them 100, but it's actually some of these are actually near 100. So these are balling out on the 17th. So I think someone just bought a lot of these middle ones. Um, Before that, this card was like kind of cheap. So this card to look out for. I wonder how this will go. Actually, this is a pretty old card, I think. Okay. Prismatic card. I think this is one of the ones I see most often being increasing. This roaring moon. I think it's a really nice artwork. People that would do really well. I think it's just like undervalued to some extent, and people have their focus on the EVs. But yeah, it's been trending. I've seen it trending before, and it's gone from like 185 to about 300. And yeah, people will put these are Japanese, so these don't count. But yeah, it's actually a selling. It's actually about that price. I want to look at sales, and yeah, people are actually buying at that price. Um, here's a Gengar and Mimikyu. Yeah, some manipulation here. Someone bought like six of these all at once. Now it says 225. Um, these are different language. I think yeah, these are different languages. Um, but yeah, this one apparently has pictures. So this is actually a pretty cheap listing for the Gengar actually over here. Looks like it's in English, all that, and it goes to 225. So singles are a little hard to price, but sometimes you do see opportunities to buy cards like that if you do believe in the value. This is another prismatic one. It's gone from like 300 to 330. Right now I see 374. Um, this looks like English. This is like 304. Some people are selling at the lower prices, so you do want to look at these if there's any like middle sellers. But honestly, that's also a deal because after that, it sells at 374. This is one of the mega cards from Generations. It went from about 60 to 107. And yeah, a lot of them are selling at that price, but there's not a lot of these, so you are taking the risk of such a low supply. It's very easy to manipulate the market, but it's also very easy for people to possibly eventually catch on. And first of all, your card won't sell fast enough, and um, people will eventually list for lower because they'll want to take advantage of the price increase as well. So, so the team up cards. I'm seeing some team up cards too. You see over here, Alal bought on the 17th. It's gone from 63 to 90. Right now it's listed at 106. Um, this Chinese. This is Chinese. There's only really two available, and that's part of the reason why it's like that. So it's probably a lot more risky if there's like barely any listed. Some Mega Houndoom card from Breakthrough. You see yeah, a bunch were bought just the other day at 9, but there's only one left, so that really affects the price of things. Um, it calculates around $60 now. This is a from Prismatic. This is a Sandy Shocks, pretty much Magneton. Um, it's gone from 40 to 64. Um, a lot of these are Japanese, so yeah, selling at like 120. So that's actually that's a lot of price increase. It's kind of surprising how there's so few of these considering it's Prismatic. Um, But you know, if it's a recent set, there will be more. So this actually could be a pretty good pickup if you can get at a lower price. This is from Sun Moon Base. It's Umbreon, 53 to 80, and they are actually selling about 80. And then, but there's aren't a lot of these. Mega Mewtwo from Breakthrough. See, it goes from 55 to 70. Right now, it's listed at 128. And yeah, there are actually a bunch of them selling for one. Listed at 128. I'll look at sales. So some of this stuff is stuff that you should be doing if you're looking at singles. Like look at this data, look at the trends, look at the markets. At a very minimum, like that's free to look at, and then you make your decisions. But yeah, right now no one has really bought the 128 price. Again, the older cards are riskier. The newer cards, even if there's for some reason a really low supply, you know that there'll be more. So I think that's a really important thing. So a recent PCTB and promo card and something like Prismatic, I think will do pretty well to be honest. As long as it's popular enough and it's not just like some really it's like make sure it actually seems undervalued to some extent and not just like oh it looks really bad and people will buy it anyway. That will have a lot more price ups and downs. Breakthrough Mega Mewtwo goes from 56 to 76, but there's not a lot available. But still, really big price increase. Someone did buy for like 100. Someone did buy for 175. There actually are sales in the hundreds. Um, Mega Altaria, this goes from about 14 to 27, selling about 49, but there's only one. So yeah, this is I'm not really sure how accurate that is. It's such an old card. This one's interesting because this is from the recent illustration contest. So there's a lot more sales because it's recent. And yeah, it kind of went down from like 20 to about 9, but it's gone back up because there were a lot being bought. So probably some manipulation there. Now it's gone back up and it's going back down. So I don't know how good this card really is. I think honestly it's probably a little too hyped, except for the fact that it's Pikachu. Um, but there probably is some plays you could do on this card. And I've seen Kristen. I've seen two Kristen cards. This is also from Prismatic. But yeah, I see from 40 to about 60. I actually do see a bunch of 60 listed. Some of them go 70. And I don't even I don't see the sales data though, so that's interesting. Maybe that's my computer loading though. My Gardevoir for Steam Stage goes from 36 to 52. It's listed at 90. So this is where I don't know what's wrong with my computer. It's just wrong now. Maybe I refresh this little update. It still says 90 for some reason. But yeah, if I scroll down, I see clearly that there's some for 65. So you can still definitely get it at the more reasonable price. Um, and then just Mega Aggron says 100. There's only so many available, um, but it's been going up from it was like 28. This is from 28 to 35, and yeah, it went from like $20, and then it's like for this $50 100 jump is crazy, but that is possible. Um, there's this Kristen for Solar Crown. I don't know. I guess he's getting more attention, but yeah, that's gone from 70 to 15. Solar Crown's also gone more expensive. So actually, this might be an indicator that Solar Crown cards are actually going up, because that's reached like 210 as a booster box recently. Um, it's not fully accurate though. I do see some like $10 options. I see one, so I guess there's some cheaper ones available. And people are kind of buying it. It's such a low price card that it's pretty easy to buy at those prices. Lucario, um, again, this is wrong. I think it's 89 versus like I see some 80s here. Um, but yeah, this was definitely a lower price before at like 20 to 40. There's this Pikachu from Generations, which someone has bought a bunch of recently 10, and then the price has gone up to about 50 or 60. And yeah, it's definitely higher than before. Before it was like 36. Here the Mega Venusaur, the fewer sales. It says 32 here. Um, 8 to 12. I don't really get these graphs to be honest, but yeah, it was a lot cheaper back then, and now it's going up. People have bought out a lot of the cheap supply. And Mega Lopunny and Jigglypuff, 9 to 17. People are buying at the higher price, but yeah, before you get near like $15. All right, that's it for today's video. Thanks, guys. Bye.